Mike and Melissa is the best video ever made of all time. There's a misconception that this is a piece of trash and that it was made by somebody who has a lot of weird feelings they probably should have kept to themselves, but they are wrong. This is a masterpiece, and I'm going to explain why. Created by the legendary Dirty Little Mammals Productions in 2012, then re-uploaded in 2015, Mike and Melissa was created by the legend himself, Mike Chenoweth, who was such a great guy that he thought that he should put himself in his own animation. Mike was a college student who made some amazing art like the one you're seeing right now, and he decided that it would be a good idea to showcase this animation to a class, and everyone had to see this amazing thing. This amazing short called Mike Melissa, Mike Episode 1, Mike Goes Crazy. And what happened is after it was aired, everyone clapped and jumped up, said this is the biggest thing we have ever seen, the biggest event in history, amazing. The animation starts with Mike himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Chenoweth, and his amazing hat that is a hat that has ears on it. I don't know what it is, but maybe that's the intention. It was intentional. Also, Mike howls himself in the mirror because that makes a lot of sense. Now, you're wondering, why is Mike howling himself? Well, you haven't done that before? He's showing the animalistic urges on Mike that he needs to get out with Melissa later in the video. It's clever, you see that? You then get to hear some of the amazing soundtrack of Mike and Melissa. This stuff is amazing. Made by Digital Pet Sounds, wherever it is. The same person who made Mike and Melissa, Mike Chenoweth, was behind the amazing music. Can you not believe it? You then get to see the amazing life of Mike and what he does in his spare basis. He draws, he plays football games, he watches TV, he watches porn. All this amazing stuff is not filler, and it's so well animated. I mean, look at that animation there and that football player. Such smooth transition, and such great voice acting from Mike. Also, look at the amazing composition here. Here we have this thing that's blocking the shot partially. That looks like it's part of this couch because it's the same texture, but no, it's not. It's actually a chair for this desk here that you didn't know was a desk. And yeah, isn't this amazing? This totally was worth putting this random chair looking exactly like these couch textures here. And look at this tear here, totally intentional by Mike. And look at that. The color is so good. He's so good at coloring that doesn't even line up with the lines there. In a very important scene, Mike looks up angry beavers, just to showcase that beaver also means pussy. And Mike looks up porn and is grossed out, because as we all know, Mike is disgusted by sexual intercourse. Mike is then waiting at a bus stop wearing his amazing shirt. I am Mike, the hardcore plus awesome. Mike's shirt is so awesome that he thinks this girl here should say hi to him because of his awesome shirt.
You should say hi to me. Whatever.
Now I know you're wondering, how could any woman, this woman right here, how could she resist such a stature of Mike here? Look at those broad shoulders. Look at those muscles. This man is a man who works out. Look at that. He's not fat. Look at that. The lines are going in. Look at this amazing Comic Sans shirt here. Look at this beautiful blue eyes that are like sapphires. Look at that nice facial hair he's got. A nice little goatee. Who else has a goatee? Iron Man. You know what Iron Man is? He's rich. And look at those thighs. Thick thighs. And that triangle nose. Sure, he may need some sleep because look at those bags in his eyes. But this man right here is an absolute catch. But this woman, whose backpack straps are going across her boobs and squishing them together, says, no, I don't want to be with you. She did not say hi to him. She should say hi to him, but she did not. Mike's response? Whatever. He could have killed her, but he lets it go. Why? Because Mike is God. Mike then goes to college class where he learns from his professor that composition is important in rectangles, and rectangles are very important. Rectangles. This is a reference to the fact that Mike did not pay attention in his college class, which is why the composition looks freaking awful. I mean, amazing in this animated short. As you can see, Mike's such a tentative student that instead of writing notes, he writes poop. Why? Because Mike knows all. He doesn't need to know about composition. He knows everything he needs to know about it. Look at this shot. Look how amazing this composition you see in this film is.
Oh, rectangle within the rectangle.
It turns out that Mike has lots of friends. Why wouldn't he? He's a really cool dude. Of course he has friends. and he goes to this amazing party of all these people, but unfortunately, they like the Lamingtons on Metal Songs, the Happy album, and there's a bunch of people here that are referencing some show they never heard of. This guy here loves Metallica. No, actually not Metallica, he likes Metallic. Metallic, my favorite band of all time. Metallic. You then get introduced to some of the most important characters in the entire show, Lenny and Choo Choo. They say some very important things, words of wisdom that will shock you to your core.
If you want to play the film, you gotta make sure that it's clear. Yeah, man. You know, you gotta take the film and you gotta put it in the thing with the projector.
Now, if you didn't understand the amazing words of wisdom they said, well, essentially, here's what they were trying to say. Fast cars, fast women, and cheap drinks. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means these guys are the life of the party, and everyone loves them. Speaking of drinks, Mike decides it's a good idea to get a drink. He chooses to get some nice beer, or piss. The piss he drinks makes him want to piss. And we get an amazing song known as Beer. Psst, psst. It's a song that represents the circle of life. Mike drinks beer, he pisses it out. Drinks more beer, pisses that out. We get to see the circle of beer. How amazing. It's totally not a filler. Mike then man spreads on a couch, and this girl, who I think was the same backpack girl earlier, is like, she does not want any of Mike, because Mike is drunk. Mike needs to learn that alcoholism is not the answer. And he does learn that, and that's when he gets the girl in the end. So it doesn't matter that this girl doesn't want him, even though he talks about his amazing series that everyone loves, so why is she rejecting Mike? Mike's the hardcore plus awesome girl. Mike breaks his neck and then goes to this thing with the music room. So one of his friends is not like the others. Can you tell? He has a circle nose. His nose is not triangular. That's showcasing that this character is important. How important is he? Well, he says one line. That's how important he is. Anyway, enough of that. We get the most important scene in the entire video. This is the legendary band Shotgun River, who was featured on this video just for Mike, because they loved Mike that much that they decided to just show up just for him. This act caused Mike to open his mouth to an extreme degree because he was so shocked that his friends at Shotgun River showed up for his video, even though he animated this. But he's humble, so he wasn't just so much shock in his mouth. You can see it in his face. Look at his eyes. Look at those eyes staring back at you in shock and horror. He cannot believe that his friends from Shotgun River are performing this video.
I'm your landfill. I'll let you dump all your shit on me. Stroke my face. Please don't leave me. I can't live without you.
All of Mike's friends are mad because they don't understand the genius of Shotgun River. How can you not understand the amazing lyrics of Landfill? So for some reason, the whole party runs away because the one guy wanted to play drums and they fight over a parking meter. And Mike decides to showcase his piss on a tree to water it. This one guy rejects Mike, and Mike yells at him because he is not important and Mike does whatever Mike wants. Also, this apparently takes place in 2010. Who the heck knows? Oh, this also makes this video kind of old, actually. But it probably was uploaded in 2012. But this uploaded watching in 2015. But ignore all that! It was made to be this way for a reason.
Don't be on that train, asshole.
Now, I know you're wondering, what was the point of all that? Well, the point is nothing. Just showcase that Mike needs love. And Mike decides that after all that he's got to do this. What is this? Why? It's masturbation, of course. Well, you haven't thought about contemplating life before masturbating or stroking your dick or fingering yourself? Well, Mike does. And Mike thinks deep thoughts, like maybe he should have a soulmate. And that is when the most amazing person pops in his life and gropes him like a weird creep. Melissa. Melissa popped out of his mind into the real world, cross-eyed, looking at Mike. This makes Mike scream. In this amazing composition shot, composilia, I can't even speak. If I was Mike, I'd be able to speak, but I can't. In the presence of such amazement, Mike questions this purple skunk person because he's attracted to things that smell like shit, apparently. Like, I'm not gonna shame furries, but I will shame people who are dating their imaginary friends and their ideal woman is a skunk. Because, let's be honest, skunks smell like absolute shit, Mike. You have some terrible... I mean, you have some great taste in women. Who else would not be attracted to purple skunk people? We also see that Melissa is broad-shouldered. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that Mike likes them wide. As she massages his tit there, she's like, let's make some love. But he's like, no. Even though he made a perfect woman, he rejects the initial sexual encounter because he is a humble man.
No!
Then his imaginary girlfriend, Purple Skunk Person, reminds him that he is a special person that needs love, and it doesn't matter because she's hot and he wants her and she wants him. And that's all that matters, as their eyes kind of join in that kind of weird way. But it's not weird at all. Just don't imagine their eyes merging, because then you'll be freaked out, right? So Mike loses his virginity to his imaginary friend, and he gets purple hair in his mouth, because that's very attractive. You never want a Purple Skunk Person girl's hair in your mouth? Mike and Melissa then go for a walk, where Melissa explains why Mike is a very special person and why she needs to exist because Mike's lonely, and that only Mike deserves a special person like her, and something like that, and that she's going to help him get a girlfriend even though she's already his girlfriend. And what the fuck's going on in this animation short? Like, what the hell? I mean, this is totally makes a lot of sense. They then hug and make out, and then a bad song plays in the end, composed by Mike. And that's the end. Also, if Melissa is voiced by an actual woman somehow, I don't know how Mike got a woman to voice it. I mean, it makes sense. No, this is freaking awful, in the best way possible. Happy April Fools, everybody. Mike Melissa is really bad, but the best way possible. If this was actual series, I'd watch the whole thing in a heartbeat. But you know, the fact that this is obviously insane behavior, but Mike treats it like it's a normal thing. After all, if I'm crazy, I must have fun, right?
Why not? I mean, if I'm crazy, I might as well be happy, right?
Despite how obviously bad this is probably one of my most watched YouTube videos of all time, so even though this whole video is ironic, I'm still going to rate it a 10 out of 10, so fuck y'all. Mike Chenoweth, if you're out there, please make more of this, because I'd watch it in a heartbeat. Re-release those episodes you deleted. I don't care. I want to see more of this crap. I'm fascinated by this whole story. Okay, thank you for watching, and have a happy April Fool's Day, which ironically is after Easter. I mean, what's going on here? Whatever. Bye-bye. See you later.